Okay, we are here and all set up, and we have like 45 minutes before the market is supposed to start. We're getting faster and faster at this setup thing. But that might have something to do with I didn't add any new stuff this week. It's like, it is what it is. But I am already, I can say I'm a little disappointed because, for one, I had to use a porta potty, which is disgusting. And then when I walked through, there are a total of 4 plushie vendors and 1 directly across from me. So I already commented to the coordinator about that. They offered to move one of us. I'm like, no way. At this point, that is way too much work. We are all set up. So we'll see what happens. I have a feeling it's going to be hot. Right now, it's not too bad. It is, there's love bugs flying around. Great. It's nice and breezy, so. But I do have a backup battery for my fan. And we'll just go from there. See what happens. All right, we'll check in later. Well, so far it's a ghost town. We'll see, hopefully it starts to pick up. Okay, so this is a back end view. We are over an hour in and it is still a ghost town. But on the bright side, I've made 1 sale for $12. 4 more like that and that'll pay for my booth. Say hi, John.
My new haircut.
He's styling. So it is about 1 o'clock, I think. 12:57. And it is still a ghost town around here. But we finally broke $100. Took a while. We've sold 8 items. Pathetic. So yeah, I think that this is definitely helping me make up my mind that I'm gonna stick with the Friday night market, because this is hot, and if you're not making bank, it's not worth suffering through the heat. And my fan is still running. I have it on medium instead of high, but I still have the backup battery. So I guess I'll check back in later. Okay, so it is 1:30-ish. I'm going to do my after video. And this way I don't forget. I doubt I'll sell anything else because it's still a ghost town. So see if you can spot what few items, and when I say few, I mean less than 10, I think. I think it's less than 10. See if you can spot which 10 they are. Well, hello everyone. It is Sunday and it's after 11. I'm getting a late start because I slept till 9:30 this morning. I feel nice and rested. So as you could see, forgive my hair is still not completely dry, so it looks a little crazy. But as you could see in the previous clips, my market was a ghost town. Now, it was the first time for this event. This event company, did heavily advertise it. They had signs all over the place. I talked to the one vendor that was next to me. She was selling plants, little succulents, and she had 3D printed all these fancy little pots to put them in. It was really cute. And she does their market in St. Pete. It's called the Corey Avenue Market. So she was very shocked that this market had such a poor customer turnout. And because Corey Avenue is like fantastic. I would love to do that one if it wouldn't be like a 2-hour drive for me. I just, yeah. No way. So, before I get into my big giant recap, I want to show you what was sent to me. I got some happy mail, and then I got some not so happy Amazon mail news. But this is from Snitches Get Stitches. She started doing t-shirts in her Etsy shop. Now, I haven't had a chance to try it on yet. It looks like it's going to be a little big for me, but it is 100% cotton. It'll shrink. And it's, the unisex size or type shirt. So, like, if you order a large, it's a little larger because it's supposed to fit men too. But is that not just the cutest? Crochet all night, sleepy all day. Just one more row. Is that not the truth? I'm like, come on. Oh, let me just finish this part. So I'm excited. I think that is just adorable. And I did take the opportunity to go over and check out her Etsy shop. She has some cute stuff in there. And nicely priced. Very reasonably priced. And then she also sent me a little tote bag. It's so cute. This will be perfect for taking smaller projects to me with Market to work on. Look at that yarn hoarder. Look at that cute little dragon with all those yarn balls. I love this bag. So thank you so much for sending these to me. These are just awesome. And this feels like a nice canvas. Like, it'll be good and sturdy. So thank you so much. The shop name is on Etsy is Snitches Crochet Shop. If you want to check it out. I really like that shirt. Now, if it was like an orange tabby cat, perfection. But it can be any kind of cat because it's kind of like black and white. So, my not so good Amazon news. You know how sometimes you'll get a package in the mail on Sunday from Amazon? Well, I've been waiting on one more thing. And I just got a notification saying there's a shipping delay. They'll let me know when they're going to be able to ship. I'm like, really? I'm so annoyed. By the time I get the stuff, my wanting to do what I want to do will be gone. Maybe. I don't know. I was so excited because I thought maybe this week I was going to be able to play, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I mean, I can play with some other things, but the one thing that I really, 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 really want to make, I still have to wait. Anyways, so this market was a lot closer to home. It was like less than 40-minute drive. And we didn't take the interstate. We took the like back roads where you have the lights and everything. So it might have been a little faster on the interstate. But being Saturday morning, this was not a bad drive at all. So I was not, you know, like worried about getting there on time. So we get there, we check in, we find our spot, and it's set up kind of like an L. And you're supposed to unload and then go park. But then we see all these people are being able to pull in behind their cars, or behind their spaces. But there's this big curb. I'm like, how are they getting up over the curb? So I had already moved it and went and parked the car, and John started doing the canopy, you know, and we get everything set up, and I'm just kind of watching people. And then I see where the spot is that they're able to drive into this field to get over to park in behind their spaces. So, well, John moved the car, but that was because he had to go get us breakfast, because my day started off with, and I never do this, okay? The only time I use an alarm to get up is when I have a market. So I set my alarm the night before and I go to bed. Then I'm laying there in the morning and I'm like just kind of waiting for the alarm to go off, fighting that urge to get up and go potty. And then I realized it's kind of looking a little light outside. And I fly up. I had my alarm set for 5:45 and it was 6:17. And I didn't sleep through the alarm. I check and I set it for PM. It's like, oh my gosh, I never do that. Oh, oh my God. So I got to feel rushed first thing in the morning. And then having to fly out of bed always messes with me. Like, you got this funk going on in your brain. You don't get a chance to like really wake up and be alert to your surroundings and everything. But yeah, but we made it in plenty of time. We were set up in plenty of time. So we get it set up, and then I'm like, go up to one of the staff people and ask where the restrooms are. And well, when the restaurants in this little strip plaza, which I thought this place was a park, but it's not a park. It's like a strip plaza. So I was totally thrown off a bit when we got there. But I go up and I ask her where the restrooms are, and she says, when the restaurants open at 11, we're allowed to use those. But other than that, there's a porta potty behind the building. And I'm like, gross. Oh, so I go to try and find it. go to behind the building. I don't see it anywhere. So I'm like, okay. So I come back and I run into another staff person. So I asked him, well, you have to go a little further down the front of the building and there's a breezeway where you walk through. And the porta potty's out there next to the dumpster in the piping hot sun. Gross. Just gross. Anyways, when I was talking to the staff person, I asked him who assigns the spaces. So he tells me, and I'm like, okay, well, this market can hold 80 vendors, but it wasn't full. It was their first time. But there were 4 of us crochet plushie vendors there, and one was straight across from me. Super nice lady. I didn't get a chance to approach her. She came over and talked to me, but we talked quite a bit throughout the day because it was so slow. But she does some sewing and some plushies. And then there were 2 others on the other part of the L, but we were right across from each other. But I made a comment to the staff person how we need to space it out a little because that makes it uncomfortable for both of you. Like, you know, being right next to or across from each other. And also you need to space it out. But even on my row, I noticed that across and like 2 booths over, there's blind date with the book. And then on my side, about 2 booths over, there's blind date with the book. Let's, you know, spread it out a little. I don't know. Like I said, it was the first time, their first event. But I expected it to be a little busier for the first time because it's something new. I thought, you know, that might make people come out just to check it out and see what it's all about. That didn't happen. This was a ghost town. It was so slow. And I just sat there thinking, I could be doing something so much more productive than just sitting here in the heat. And you'll be happy to know that my fan battery lasted the full time on medium. It lasted the full time. But I did have a backup just in case. So it wasn't like super, super hot. I mean, yeah, it was hot and you're sweating. And unfortunately, it was like in the direct sun. But it was nice and breezy. So, I mean, I didn't have plushies go flying, thank goodness. But it was a ghost town. So are you ready for this really huge breakdown? Let me just say, I sold 9 items. 9 items. With a total of 6 transactions. So, my first sale was to the AT&T guy that was next to me. He bought a seal, and it was one of the All From Jade seals that goes on her swing, but done in blanket yarn and not bending up the tail. That was my first sale, and that was about an hour into the market. It was really, really slow. That was the first sale of the day. The last sale of the day was what I have listed as a jumbo frog. But it's only jumbo because of the blanket yarn. It was probably about this big, and the ones that I do out of Parfait Chunky are about this big of the same pattern. And frogs don't usually do well for me, so I was happy to see it go. All right. So we sold the cat kiss. That is the cat that was done in cactus colors with flowers on it, and it has its own little pot to sit in. We sold my last rubber ducky. Sold the black and white stingray keychain. Sold my last Cookie Mouse. Nibbles the Country Mouse. Sold my last one. That one was actually my second sale of the day. Sold one Lovey. And the Lovey person is the same person who bought the cat kiss. So the older little girl got the cat kiss. And this little boy, he was so cute. He might have been maybe 2.5 at the most. Maybe. Everything was yellow. You'd show him with something blue and he'd tell you it was yellow. And I'm like, that's odd. He picks one of the hardest colors to say. Because like when my son was little, he could not say yellow. But everything was yellow. So they got a giraffe Lovey. And at first they were going to get the bingo Lovey. And then they decided at the last minute to switch over to the giraffe because the giraffe was done like in mustard. So that was more of a yellow than the bingo Lovey was. Sold my blueberry keychain. And Moose the giraffe. The smaller version, the one in Parfait Chunky. That's my big 9 items. It's terrible. Terrible. So my total sales for the day was $129. Of that, 70 was card and 59 was cash. $2.42 were card fees. That leaves me with $126.58, and it cost me $58 to set up. So let's do some quick math. That left me with $68.58. And that's not even enough for yarn money. So, I mean, you got to try. That's the only way you're going to know which markets are going to be good for you and which markets are not. I don't think this would have been a bad market if there would have been customers. I mean, the location was great. It was really a good location. Like, you're on it, like right just off of a busy corner. There was a soccer field right there. When it was time for us to leave, there were some kids starting to play some soccer. I don't know if it was practice or if it was a game, because it didn't seem like there were very many there, but it's a new area. Like, a lot of the apartments in the area are new. You can see where they're clearing the land to put more, you know, in a year or two, that's going to be super built up. But 4 plushie vendors with no customers. I don't know how the other 3 did. I don't think the lady across from me did very well. Hell, I didn't do very well. I'm just glad I made my booth fee back. I'm like, what are you going to do? I don't know. But it did help me make the decision. Am I going to do a Saturday in the daytime market or do the Friday night market and suffer through the summer to not lose my spot? That's my big thing. That's the only reason I'm going to keep doing a market through the summer, is I do not want to lose my spot. Come season, it is so hard to get into the markets. And if I have a spot, I'm like, I mean, there are certain ones that I know I'll get invited back to again. And I will probably do those because they're decent. But I don't want to wait till the end of November or December. I want to be able, well, as long as the hurricanes don't keep us from being able to do them. I would like to start, you know, September, October, when official season starts, and, you know, have something lined up. So I'm going to suffer through the summer, but it definitely helped me choose the Friday market. One, even though that's like not super busy, but $300 beats the heck out of $129. Being able to save my spot, even better. So I'm choosing to do the 2 Friday markets. If yesterday had gone better, I might have made a different decision, but That was awful. And I want to say there might have been 50 to 60 vendors there. And 4 out of that is too many. There's too many duplicate vendors. It's not good for the vendors. It's not good for the customers. The customers are there for a variety of things. So it needs to be mixed up more. And I know it was their first market. They're just trying to fill spots. But we'll pass. We will pass. So I am totally out of my Cookie Mouse. I have to make more of those. I think I am going to concentrate mainly on my own patterns this week, because I was standing there looking at mine. I'm like, oh, I have Moose and he sold. I have the Cookie Mouse and my last one sold. And then I'm scanning and I'm going, I don't have any of my patterns made. What is up with that? So I need to concentrate on my own stuff. I've sold them all. So I might as well make more, right? Anyhow, we're going to call it a wrap.